Hey guys, it is Casey here, or Inspire Change for You. Today is sometime mid-April 2016, and I'm like 3.5 years post-op Lapband surgery. This video may be a little controversial, and that is not the purpose of it. The purpose of it is to be educational for people that are considering having weight loss surgery, and particularly the Lapband surgery. This is something I have been wanting to make. It's been on my mind, and I think it's something that needs to be talked about in the weight loss support community. And in particular, it's about the lap band. It's about whether it's successful, whether we're successful, if the band is failing us, if we're failing the band, the side effects of it, and just some of the things that I wish had been around when I had weight loss surgery. Now, when I started researching the lap band, probably about 4.5 years ago, I followed Casey Quinn and New Toy for Katie. I followed their stories, and they were the reasons why I knew I needed to have lap band surgery. And at that point in time, they were probably about 1.5 to 2 years into their surgeries. I think at that time it was still relatively a newer surgery. It hadn't been around forever. And there were other videos that I watched as far as, the ones that say, don't have lap band, it'll kill you, or whatever. And they list all these horrible things that are going to happen to you if you have lap band surgery. I kind of dismissed those things and opted to follow what seemed like the best surgery for me, which was the lap band surgery. And of course I chose it for several reasons. Number one, it was less invasive. It was adjustable. It was more affordable for me at the time, and because insurance did not pay for it. It just seemed like a safer bet. It was, if it doesn't work, then I can always have it taken out. So those are my reasons why I chose to have the lap band. Now let's fast forward 3.5 years later. Has the lap band been successful for me? It has been a successful tool so far for me. Did it do all the work? Absolutely not. If you have followed my story, you know that I was a hardcore exercise fanatic the first year when I dropped 100 pounds. I worked my butt off. I watched everything I ate, and I was committed to losing weight. And I lost 100 pounds in the first year. It was a struggle. I lost 30 additional pounds in year 2. And then now, so I went from like 330 to like 180, between 182 and 185 right now is kind of where I sit. And I've maintained this for 3.5 years now. Well, maintained the 180 point for like 1.5 years now. I don't exercise anymore. And there's health reasons involved, as well as I don't have time for it. And it's not my priority anymore. That's the truth of it. There's probably forms of exercise I could do within my health limitations. And if I absolutely wanted to do it, then I would do what I did before, which would be get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and go to the gym. But it's not my priority right now. And so I don't. And would I like to be a little bit smaller than what I am? Yes. Am I okay where I am? Yes. I feel like my body's okay where it is. Eating. I do not follow a diet. I follow the limitations of my band, which means when I am full, I'm full. And of course there are, some mornings I can't eat, some afternoons I can't eat, some evenings I can't eat. Certain foods I can't eat. That changes from morning to night sometimes. It's how the band is. That is the real truth of the band. I have not had an adjustment since probably like 1.5 years, something like that. Maybe it's been 2 years. I don't know. So my band has reached probably the best level of restriction that it needs to be at. I maintain that. Is it perfect? Absolutely not. You know, like I said, some mornings I can eat, some I can't. How much I can eat, it changes. You know, sometimes I can feel like I'm starving and I'll sit down to a plate of food and take 2 bites and realize this stuff ain't going down and there's nothing I can do about it. I have learned that one of the things that you guys will hear in like the warning videos is the PBing, right? Productive burping. This is basically like where all of a sudden air will try to come up and whatever's on the top of your band comes out your mouth. That does happen. It's the truth of it. Are there things you can do to probably limit that? Yeah. I have learned for me, as long as I don't overeat, and as long as I don't eat usually past 7:30, 8 o'clock at night, I'm good. By that time, by the time I go to bed, the food will have worked its way down. Now, let's say, and this is not an exaggeration, let's say I eat dinner at 6, and then maybe like about 9 o'clock at night, my husband's sitting next to me eating some Doritos. I can have one Dorito. And when I say one Dorito, I don't mean I'm going to say one, but I ate 10. I mean one of anything. Lay down, be fine, and then the next thing I know, wake up with either, usually it doesn't come out of my mouth. I have had a few times where literally I have thrown up on myself in the middle of the night. I will be laying there and it will literally just come out. Usually what happens though is it will, like I will aspirate it. It will go into my lungs and I will wake up coughing and not realize. The first time it happened, I thought, oh my God, I got pneumonia overnight. What happened to me? I did not realize that what had happened was the contents that were sitting above my band, I inhaled and it was in my lungs, and you literally have to throw that stuff back up. It does not come up on its own. And you can't just go to the bathroom and make yourself throw that up. It's got to work its way up. And then when it comes out like this black, slimy substance. And once you get it out, you're fine. But sometimes it can take a few hours. So I've had times where literally I just thought, oh, gosh, just one. And then I have it, lay down, find myself coughing and wheezing in the middle of the night, spend the next 4 hours laying up in bed, like sitting up in bed, stacked up on pillows, until that stuff works its way back up, and then I go to the bathroom and I throw it up. This doesn't happen a lot, and usually when it does happen, it's because I have not followed the rules. Speaking of the rules, I do follow them pretty good. I don't drink soda still, and I'm pretty careful. I drink with a straw. Actually, it's easier for me to drink with a straw than if I gulp. So who knows about that rule? So is the band the easy cure for weight loss surgery? It's not. Now, having said that, I see ones like Casey, who just had revision surgery, and Katie, who not too long ago had revision surgery. And part of me wishes that I could just go have revision surgery. But I think that the same way that the Lapband seemed like the perfect choice, I feel like revision surgery to some extent is going to be the same. We can't blame our weight loss or lack of weight loss, I don't think 100% on the tool that we have that we're using. If you're a seamstress, you're going to make a dress. You can have a needle and thread, or you can have a sewing machine. Now, obviously, that needle and thread is going to take a lot more time and effort. You might get pricked along the way, and you have to be more cautious. But if you don't know what you're doing and you're not willing to use your tool, whichever one it is, the right way, you're not going to have a beautiful dress when you're done. Now, I am not bashing anybody, because trust me, if someone today said, hey, Casey, here's all the money in the world, go get revision surgery, I'd be like, let me check my schedule, and I'm putting it down. But I don't feel like the people that have had Lapband surgery should start grabbing every excuse in the world and saying, well, they had revision, they weren't successful, and look at all these reasons why I'm not successful. This tool sucks. And I'm not saying anybody has said that. I'm not saying it. I want people's thoughts on this. I want to see, where are we all at? Is this something that as a community within the next year, we're going to start seeing, don't get Lapband, don't get Lapband, don't get Lapband. Would I suggest, I have a friend whose father is going to be getting weight loss surgery. And she asked me about, he was considering getting the Lapband. And I said, how old is he? And he's like in his 60s. I said, does he eat right? And she said, no. I said, does he follow a diet ever? And she said, no. I said, does he exercise? She said, no. I said, then the Lapband's not for him. It's not going to work. Plain and simple. It's not going to work. If you are not willing to follow a diet and exercise, Lapband is not going to work for you. So maybe we really need to examine ourselves and think about, I have this tool. Am I really following the nutritional rules? It's a yes or no answer. Not a, well, no, but, well, yeah, but not. It's either a yes or a no. Am I exercising? Now, it would be wonderful if we could all just drop weight without exercising. With the Lapband, that's not possible. It's not. So are you exercising? Now, I'm not sitting here saying I do. I already told you I don't. And I'm not saying I don't because I don't have legs and I can't do it. I don't do it because it's not a priority anymore. So if you really do want to use your tool the right way, are you making it a priority? Are you regularly doing everything in your power to exercise? When I had my surgery, there was nothing that was going to keep me from exercising at that point in time. I had 2 small children. I had a very busy life, and I hate to get up early, but I would be out. I'd be up at 4:30 in the morning in the wintertime, driving my behind to the gym, because nothing was going to stop me from exercising. It was a priority. That's how bad I wanted it. Do you want it that bad that you're going to do that? If you have some kind of physical ailment that's not allowing you to do this kind of exercise, are you doing this one? If you can't do this, are you doing this? If you can't do it then, can you do it now? There's got to be something. If it's a priority, you will do it. If you're not doing it, it's because it's not a priority. Plain and simple. So what would I tell somebody? What would I tell myself if I could have a conversation with myself 3.5 years ago about whether or not to have Lapband surgery? I would probably say that it's not going to be easy.
Mama,
it's not going to be the most comfortable surgery. You will have points when you have friends that get the sleeve, and I have lots of them, and they drop weight like it's nothing without the effort that you put into it. You will probably never reach your goal weight because not because the band doesn't allow me to, but because I'm not committed enough mentally to get there. But you will be a stronger person. You will have learned so much about yourself. And in the end, you may still end up getting it. So I don't know. That's what I would tell myself. And would I make the decision to get it? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is. I'm not saying there's a right answer. I'm not saying there's a wrong answer. I know when I commented on Casey's picture, because I did not know if she's posted a video stating that she was going to get it. I follow her on Facebook. I didn't see anything except an Instagram post from her post-op. And I was shocked. And because I know that she does post things about eating and exercising and stuff. And I put something on there, and she said that her doctor said that usually after year 5, the lap band stops working for people or is ineffective, something to that effect. That's something that maybe people looking to get the surgery need to know. That at some point in time, you may end up needing another surgery. And do I need the lap band at this point in time? If the lap band was taken out of my body, would it change the way I eat? I think so. I do. I still don't think that I have the self-control it takes to eat so little. And when I mean so little, I mean so little. Like physically, I wouldn't be able to eat as little as what I do without the band, I don't think. So it does scare me. If someone could tell me, if I could go to Casey 3.5 years from now, and she says, hey, listen, whatever happened to their bands didn't happen to your band, and look at me, I'm still 183 pounds, and my band works fine, and as long as you follow what you need to do, you're going to stay right here, I'd stick with this surgery. I would. No questions asked. I don't need to be 170 pounds. I don't need to have all of that. I'm okay where I am. It's the unknowing. It's the unknown that scares me about the band. And I would love people to weigh in on this. I would love for us to really talk about the truth behind the band, because I see a lot of stuff, and some of it I feel like are excuses. And I feel like maybe we are getting to the point where we are enabling each other to make excuses about why our band's not working. But then I do think that there's some real issues with the band that need to be discussed, and people need to know if they're looking at getting the surgery and they're not willing to jump through these hoops, then it's not going to be successful. Just get another surgery. So I think it's something that needs to be discussed. I would love people to weigh in on that and to get some conversation started about it, and maybe help encourage ones that have the band that are in a position like me, that are feeling like maybe I made the wrong decision, or I don't know if I did, or I think maybe there can be some kind of community support as far as exercising every day or something, just because I really feel like that's probably where it's lacking right now in the community, is probably a lot of the exercise. But that's just my opinion on it. So feel free to weigh in and give yours too.